Hello and welcome to Digital Sync Gaming. I am Syntosis and this is episode 21, I think. I genuinely do not know. I think I'm just going to open my things with welcome to another episode. It's TNP Limitless 5 anyway. The last episode we left off building the Wither farm, like the Wither farm essentially. So what I'm going to do is there's a couple of things that we need to do. Obviously, we need to get a nether star so that we can create the nether builder, which there's a placeholder block there for. So what I'm thinking is this one here is going to be the one where we can request nether stars. So we can just send the items in, we'll get the nether star out, all will be good. The one next door, our spare machine, I think what I'm going to do there is exactly the same thing, but hold a wither and get the bits that we need to do there. So I think this one is going to be the request room. So we've got this thing powered and running. As you can see, I've whacked in an additional range tier card in there. So I'm going to turn this off now because obviously we know what the range is. We know it's going to cover. And I'm going to shove another head on there because we've got a couple. I'm not going to put that in there. I'm going to then put the glass in. So we've got a wither. Let's put the glass in, give it a second, wait until that thing blows up and then dies. It blows up, boom. And then what we should see is that gets mullered and we're good. Okay, so we've got a little bit of essence, which is cool, but we've got nether star and we've got a buddy pack. Well, the buddy pack is great. What have we got? We got... Okay, so we got some pretty cool ones, but the best bit is we have our first nether star. So now with the nether star, we can go and make the build with a builder, which is quite fun. So if we go over to here with our star, we're going to put these into the system because I really don't know what else to do with them. And we should see whether we've got any wither skeleton heads. We have. Perfect. Okay, so we are going to make the wither builder. There it is. So we need a supreme machine frame. So we need another 2 netherite ingots with diamonds and ether gas. Okay, so we have to make ether gas to be able to build this bugger. Okay, so this one might be the one where we lock him in place. So we need to freeze him, basically. We need to freeze him. So what do we do to the wither to make him freeze? Glyph of a wither. Yeah, no. Withered, blah, 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 blah. What's this one? Wither builder. There is a way of locking him in place. And I can't remember what it is for the life of me. It's like suspended animation. Faulty with the boss, death sounds, la 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 la. With the bone? Nope. With the cannon. You know what? I will be right back because I'm going to go and do a little bit of research. There is a way of locking him in place. So give me 2 seconds. Okay, so I've worked out that we need a ghast tier. Okay. Now, bear with me because ghast tier, now I could go looking in the nether. My luck with the nether and finding shit is not great right now. So what I'm thinking is we've got some fluid cables here, so I'm going to grab those. We've also got some wither roses, right? Now, wither roses, if you use them in a macerator thingamajiggy, which I don't know how to build right now, but if I use a macerator, is that right? Crushing macerator. If I use one of them, I get a 50% chance of getting ghast here. 50% chance is better than hunting forever in the nether. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop one of these photogenic isolators here. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Glass, dirt, machine frame, etc. Lumium gear, though. Lumium. So not too cheap, but also not that expensive compared to running around for 4 hours in the Nether trying to find a ghast and trying to kill the ghast so that it's not over lava and you lose the bloody things. So, right, this has got power, and this should now be able to accept water. There we go. Boom. Water's in. Now, if we put the Wither Rose in here, it will grow. Okay? So, it will grow, and it will grow pretty bloody slowly. However, if we put some bone meal with it, it will grow a bit better. It's not going to grow the fastest ever until we put in, so the photogenic isolator is part of thermal. So if we go to thermal, and we should be able to create one of these, right? Invar ingots and signalium gears. So Invar ingots we're missing. That's a shame. But we can go reinforced or hardened. We'll go reinforced then. Ah, we're still missing. Ah, that's where we're missing them from. So Invar. Where does Invar come from? Invar is... Invar should be pretty straightforward with a iron and nickel. Right, okay. Iron. There we go. And nickel. This should be pretty straightforward now because we have these things, induction smelters. So if we put those in there, oh, it needs so nickel. There we go. So if we do that many, we'll go over to here and we shove that many in, we should get out some Invar. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now the Invar, obviously the Signalium, we're going to need to work that one out in a second, but that should sort out that. Signalium ingots, okay, we don't have an issue with those, so let's have a look at thermal again. It's going to need one more of these, Enderium ingots. So an Enderium ingot, all right, we can do those. Signalium gear, right, okay, so Signalium gear... We need to just make a gear out of that, just like so. So there's one of our gears. And then we want... I completely forgot. Oh, that one. Yeah. Enderium. So where's the Enderium? Because we should be able to do that now. We've got quite a lot of ender pearls. If I remember rightly, it used as ender pearls, which is why we didn't create that many of them. Enderium. That might limit it down a little bit better. There we go. Perfect. There it is. Okay, so what we got? We need lead, ender pearl, ender pearls, 2 ender pearls, diamond dust. What do we need in the induction smelter? Okay, so we need lead, diamond dust, and ender pearls. So that's kind of easy. So we got ender pearls. We'll take 8 of those. We've got... Do we have diamond dust? No, but we can create some. So if we do 64, would that be enough? That should be enough. There's 1. There we go. 2 there. So that's 2 more. While we're waiting for that, we'll go to the lead. Oh, lead would be helpful. Right, and we'll grab that. And then obviously we'll go back for our diamond dust. There we go. We've got 3 more there. We're just going to wait for 1 more. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we can get started with this. Right, you're all done with that, so that's good. We can shove you, and you in there. And then basically just wait and see which one of you runs out. So let's chuck those into the system because that's where they belong. Those belong in there as well. Okay, and then let's have a look at Enderium. Perfect. Diamond, dust. Right, let's go and grab... there we go, 6 there, more. So we'll shove that in there as well. I think this might actually be ender pearls that we're running out of there, which is kind of fun because we got plenty of them. So we can go and chuck another 16 in there. It's not a problem. There we go. Perfect. We're checking another 2 on there. And then we've got 6. That should, to be honest, be enough for now. We can always go back for some more. So now if we look at thermal, I mean, obviously we'll automate that at some point. We're definitely just missing a signalium gear, really? I just made one of them. Signalium, like so, and then iron. There we go. One of those, and one of those, and now we go back to thermal. Now I should be able to make one of those. There we go. Okay, so that's crafting and crafted and done. Look at that. That's pretty quick. Okay, so now we're going to shove that in there, and now this should work quite well. There we go. Boom. So 1 makes 3. Now only with bone meal. So obviously we need to sort out our bone meal supply, but we'll sort that at some point in the near future. This is quite cool though, because for every 1 you get 2 more. So we really should loop this, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put those in there for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to export. So this is a little trick that I did before. Okay. And essentially what it does is it should. Now I don't know whether this is going to work with these item cables, but it should loop around and go back in. So if we take the cyclic wrench and we're going to not get rid of that, but we're going to knock that off. Okay. And we're going to block this connection here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tell this that we're going to import from the left. Okay. So we're going to import from the left and we're going to export from the right. So we've got 8 here right now. We've got no export on this at the moment. So if we right click that, we've now connected it. We right click this one, we should connect this one, right? There we go. Now we right click. Now that one's already got an export. That one's now got an export. So we're going to spin this round. There we go. That is not what I wanted there. I just want a normal connection. There we go. So everything's in the chest, right? So what should happen is this should export to the right. Yeah, so this is going to, seriously do some cool shit in a minute. So it goes into here. Now, it shouldn't go into there first. It should route round, he says. There we go. Look, right? So if I put 24 in there, or 26 in there, what should happen is that should go to 29. 27. Oh, because it's not tripling anymore, it's doubling. So if we go and grab some bone meal and put that in there. So we got 27, we got nothing in the chest, right? $29. Because it goes up by 2, remember? So it replaces 1, then goes up by 2 because of bone meal. Goes up by 1 otherwise. When this gets to 64, obviously there's nowhere else to go except the chest. So it will fill itself up, hopefully, and then go into the chest. Now that went to 31. That's going into the chest now. That's not what I want. That is not what I want. I want the priority to be here. I wonder if you can set... You can't set priority, can you? We're going to have to do this a different way then, because I can't have them going into here. This is... Because essentially what happens is if it doesn't go into there first, you're never going to have a buffer. And if you don't have a buffer, well, then you're screwed. So let's get these in here first, right? So we got 39 of those now. We got any wither bones? We've got any bones all? Yeah, we have. All right, so rib bone can be transferred into those, which will then be used to make those. This can be transferred directly, which is used to make bone meal. Perfect. Let's just convert this bone meal straight away. There we go. And I'm going to take 16 of it. And I'm going to dump it in here. Well, actually, I'm going to dump 15 of it in there because I want some. Right, so that's there. So, all right, what we'll do is we'll do it the other way, right? So we're going to get ourselves an exporter and an importer. We're going to export the items into it. And we're going to do it the other way, right? So exporter, we'll go for, let's go grab one. So we're going to go with wither. And we're going to go with bone meal. And obviously we're going to tie that into the floor somehow. Not down there, we're not. Oh, actually, we can go across up there, so that's fine. So let's get some cable. Because we're seriously going to need some. Where's some cable? Have we really not got cable? No, there it is. The other thing that I do want from there, which I just saw, was that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that in there. So it will try and create the bone meal if it doesn't have it. And we're going to do this and link it to there. And then we're going to come across the top here and we go down the other end and we're just going to import directly in. Okay. So now what we're doing is we're importing into the system and we're exporting into this one. Now we're always going to export into this, and this is going to be set, which you can't do. You can't set it on a higher priority. Okay. You can't do that. Not on there. Not that I've just seen. That's blacklist mode, etc, etc, etc. Right. So this isn't really a high priority thing. But, and here's the but. Okay. This is almost finished. Almost done. So now I'm going to take that much and I'm going to put it into there because we want more of these at the moment. Right, so now it's got to 64. Now, if we go over to here and have a look at the wither rows, you'll see that the wither rows has now got a positive in the system, right? Because we're creating more than we're actually using. Yeah? So, here's the thing. When we've got, say, above 64, we can turn on an export to do the bits that we need, right? So if we grab another exporter, yeah. So there's our exporter. Now, with the rows, needs to go into a macerator. Where is it? There it is, a cyclic macerator, crushing macerator, okay? Grind up materials, break down into components, okay? So we're going to go and we're going to make one of these. So we're going to need a flint block. We're going to need some compressed cobblestone, some bench saws, and some copper nuggets, which are all relatively straightforward. But what we're going to do is we're going to be not stupid. And we are going to put that onto, we're going to click away from there, and then we're going to click on that, and we're going to have it up here because there's a couple of things that we need to do. So compressed cobblestone, pretty straightforward. It's just cobblestone, but compressed. Right, so cobblestone, we got our cobblestone deep, we've got deep slate, no, we want the normal cobblestone, so we want 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, which is perfect, that's cool. We need 2 of these bench saws, so we'll get 2 of those. We need 1 flint block, which we'll get there, and then we can hit that button, and we've got our macerator thing. Okay, so now, obviously, our photogenic isolator is now quite happily going around the houses, and this thing over here is now collecting roses. Yeah, there we go. We've got 22 in the system already. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep 32 in the system at all times because we're almost there, and it's the quickest and easiest and simplest solution that I've got. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and get our refined where is it, one of these. We want Oh, missing redstone comparator. So we need redstone comparator. What? It's in this, and we need 2 of those. So we're going to go and grab a few of them, and we'll just dump them into the system because we forgot to put those on auto. There we go. Right, so we're going to create one of those. There we go. And we're going to grab it, and we're going to pull it out. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to time it so that it's only active when there's enough in the system, right? I was hoping for power to be coming through there, but apparently not. You know what? That's all right. That's okay. We will cover it back up and hope for the best. We're going to do it over here. We're going to do it over here? Yeah, we'll do it over here, and we'll bring the cabling this way. So what we can do is we can shove the thingamajiggy there. That will then get power. Okay, so it's always on. It requires redstone to be on. Okay, and that's important. It requires redstone to be on. Now, the exporter is going to be on... Is it EV? What did I have it on? Oh, Shifty. Right, so the exporter... There we go. There's the exporter. While we're in the ME, we've got the exporter. We need an importer. And I'm lazy, so I'm just going to create a new one. Although that's an ME import. The ME import bus. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to import from this side, obviously. So we're going to export the items from this side. And what we're going to do is put... Where did I put it? Really? Right, Shift and E because I've got it linked. At refined. Where is it? There it is. Right, okay. So we're going to put this down here, and we're going to say, whenever the roses go above 32, export into this system slowly, right? Because we don't want it to go fast. We want it to go slow. So we're going to put this cabling around here, and then I'm pretty sure that there's a cable. We could probably get a cable down here. Yeah, there we go. There's a cable. So we're going to knock it off from here, and we're just going to come up. Okay. So now this thing will only turn on if the roses are above a certain amount, right? And we're going to work. So this one here is work with redstone signal. Yeah. And then we're going to try and go and, in fact, actually we Shift E and we'll go back to the roses. There's the roses. Now we got 64 in the system already. Okay. So now what we can do is we can do this, and then we can watch this fill up. Okay. Now watch. You see this is on at the moment, and the roses are still above. As soon as they're not above, doesn't export. It doesn't export. So this is always on because, I mean, we don't really care whether that is on or off. We care if this is on or off. So that will keep our stock of roses in there, and basically we'll just export to here. Now, obviously, it depends on the speed of this thing. Not very fast, but then, to be honest, it's just going to produce gas tiers at 50%. There's a 50% chance of this actually working. So if it does work, great. If not, yeah. Now, didn't I have a time in the bottle in this one? Didn't I? I'm sure I had time in a bottle. We had to speed this one up. No, doesn't look like it. Oh well. Never mind. Right, so let's go and have a look in the ME, and maybe we can have a look for tiers. Eventually a tier will show up, but what I'm going to do is, so that I don't have to keep waiting, is there is another thing that we haven't used, and that is one of these little things down here. I think it's that one. There we go. We got the storage monitor. Okay, so if we go and have a look at this, the storage monitor requires a red, a blue, 2 blacks. So, or greys. So we'll do 4 of those, and we'll do 4 of those, and we'll do 4 of these. And then we probably need a frame, yeah, a machine casing, which requires more of these. So we'll do that. There we go. And then what we can do is we can do a storage monitor once these have all completed their cooking. So we got 1 of those, we've got 2 of those, we've got 4 of those. We're just waiting on, oh, hang on. The basic processor's probably got eaten up by the next. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Didn't do a construction, so we'll do a couple of those. And now we should be good. Right, there we go. So now we've got a storage monitor. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to literally place it down here, I think. And then I don't know how I get a gas tier on there if I don't have a gas tier. But we've got 2. Sweet. Okay, so shift storage monitor. Why is that not working? I'm sure it was just... Okay. Okay, I've moved the block because it was just annoying me. So yeah, I got downstairs and I thought, you know what, this is stupid. So I've moved the block up here, and because obviously we're going to export the gas into this thing, which, you know, one day we will, you know, work out how that works. But yeah, so this is where we're obviously keeping this block. So I'm going to move this because it doesn't need any power. So I'm just going to move this just 1 block across. And then this is going to be the south side. So we're going to change everything so that it's on the south side. Now, what we've got here is I've already got the wither and I've got the stasis. And so the stasis field basically just holds the wither in place. Now, obviously, I made the wither and then put the stasis field in place, locked him in position. I've tried to just set up some basics. So we're going to change this to south. So that's going to come out there. We've got the power over here. Right, so here's his head. And I'm pretty sure from all the things that I've read, we basically place the laser drill over his head, the fluid laser drill over his head. And we put the thing in there and then we increase this to, I don't know, we're going to go a little bit deeper, but it's got to be between 64 and 256. Now, if we shift and click these things, nothing, they don't go in the right place. Well, that one did. But you know what? It really doesn't matter because I've got a wrench. So we'll use the wrench to put them the right way up and the right way around. And then we're going to give these some power. So we're going to go in the middle. We're not going to go in the middle, are we? No, we're going to go on the top, like so. And we're just going to crisscross in the middle, like so. There we go. Right, now they should all be getting power, which means that this should now be working. We've got nothing right now. So let's see if this one works. Sweet. Okay, so now we've got ether. And now we need... So this is a gas. That's why. Okay, so we need gas, right? So we've got some gas cables, haven't we? Heat, gases. Okay, so we can go from gas. We can't go from gas. That won't connect. Nice. Which means that it is fluid cables. Okay. Not really sure about that because I don't think it's fluid, but it is what it is. Right, so that's on the south side being there. We're going to get the wrench and just wrench that here so that that should extract. Now that's empty. So let's get out of here. And what we should have is on the south side. I'm going to get rid of that connection, and I want that connection there. Which, that's not exactly working. So why is it not working? It should work. We've got fluid going in there. Maybe we'll just ender tank it. We got any ender tanks? We haven't. We've got... Oh, there we are. We have. Yes, perfect. Okay, so we're going to ender tank it. So we're going to stick this... Well, this now can go anywhere. I don't really need it here. I was doing it so that I could pipe it straight out, but if I'm not going to pipe it straight out, it might as well come back down here. That way we can keep them together. So that one here... So let's go in here and ender tank it out. So we'll get rid of this. Put that there. And that's not going in. Come on, this should at least get in a tiny amount, maybe? No. Straight on top, maybe? There we go. Fluid, lava. Really? Okay, so we need to go in. We need some dye. What are we going to call this? We call this blue, white, blue, I think. So if I do... And that's going to go upstairs, so let's go do this one first. So blue, white, blue. He got out. How did he get out? Weird. Right, so this is... Is this doing stuff now? No. It's got 50 in there, but it's got nowhere to go. So let's pull that out. What are we going to use tank-wise? We need to extract it. We need pipes. Integrate tunnels. I don't know what to do. If there's that out in the outside world, I could import it using fluid, but it's not. So I don't know what to do. It's on export. And it is fluid. That's gas. That's gas. What about fluid cables? Do we have any? We have heat, but we don't have fluid. Fluid might work, although an ultimate fluid tank on top should work, right? Let's try that. Well, it's filled with gas, 180 of it. This one, another 10, should go 190. And it didn't extract. That's the problem. It's not extracting. So we need something to extract it, which means I think we need some fluid. So where are we? Ultimate mechanical is fluids. So we'll take that one. I want it in the ender tank. Where's our wrench? There it is. That's the configurator I need. Let's go back in here. I mean, that is still technically in stasis, but it does move every now and then. Right, so we've got ultimate mechanical, which is fluid. Is that fluid? Yeah, fluids. Okay, so that's there. And we're going to move it across to here. And we're going to dump down the blue and white, which is not connecting. Awesome. Can you not connect? Really? No, there we go. You can connect. You're just being a dick. And then we extract. Okay. Rotate, wrench. There we go. No. Not the one I wanted. Configurator, fluids. There we go. Extract. Right, that I saw go out. So that means that we've got in the blue, white, blue, we should have gas, ether gas. All right, okay. So now we know that it's fluid. That's fine. We can just bugger off out of here, leave this thing to its own, and do not touch. So now what we can do is go upstairs. We can dump What are we going to do? We're going to put this... Yeah, we can get rid of that. We can put this down here. I am going to break into the floor because I want to put the ender tank... Wow, it goes sideways. Okay, not what I was expecting. I want to put it down here first, and I want to give it the blue, white, blue. So, blue, white, blue. And that should give us the ether. And then I'm going to put it down here. Didn't want it that way. That doesn't work. That. There we go. That works. And we're going to do that. Like so. And we're going to use the configurator to kill that one off. And we're going to... Oh, crap. It's now full of latex. Ugh. Everything except for the top. So let's break this again and put that back down. No! For Christ's sake. Is the tank now empty? Is that what the problem is? I just put them back in there, didn't I? No, the tank's not empty. So let's... mechanical pipe. I'm going to block that one. It is blocked, except for the top. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, new plan. It's going here. Like so. And it's going to get wrenched. Like so. And then it's going to use this like so. Configurator. Extract the ether gas. Put that into here. And now, because we've got ether in here, it should... once we put these... We're going to put these blocks back before I forget. There we go. Okay. So now what it should do is it should actually harvest the crop. So I'm going to use my Inferium. I'm going to shift right click and put that on there. And what it should do is it should give it a boost. Look at that. And then it should harvest as well, because we've got ether gas in there. And it harvested it. Damn, that was quick. And now what we do is we just import it into the system. So we just need to find... Okay, so we've got an importer there. We've probably got one underneath. Yeah, there we go, straight down. So we can import it from here. We've got some cables, so that's cool. Let's hook up to this. And we'll do one more, and then we'll import on that. So let's go and get an importer. Like so. Boom. And we'll call that. Done. There we go. Sweet. Okay. That is fast. So that will give us a decent amount. Now, obviously, the ether gas is the bit that's sort of causing this to be quite quick. So I don't know how much we've got. Yeah, we're empty in the tank. So whatever is in here, 79 millibuckets. I'm pretty sure that's not going to keep up. But we could do speed upgrades. There's... So thermal... Thermal has upgrades, right? Thermal does have upgrades. So efficiency and speed, right? Thermal does have upgrades. I'm pretty sure. Wow, okay, draconic. Ooh. Dragon steel. Blazing molten. Dragon's breath, appetite dust, and netherite. That's kind of cool. Anyway, sidetracked just a little bit. It isn't thermal that I'm. It's efficiency, isn't it? Range, efficiency. There we go. There's the efficiency upgrades. So add-ons. So we've got this one, the range 1, or the efficiency 1, and efficiency tier 2, which is what? Latex. 2 diamond gears, blaze rods. 1 bucket. Alright, so let's look at the efficiency. See if I can... Oh, you know what? You've seen all this crap before. Why am I doing it on here? We've got stuff coming out. I'm going to put the efficiency upgrades and the speed upgrades on there so that we can keep a steady supply of ether. But honestly, this is the end of this episode. This is way too long. So, yeah, it's... at least we've got this now working. We've got the wither downstairs. So what we can do is we can replicate that, but in the other place, and we'll do that next time. So we're going to put it in the other compact machine, and we're going to basically do a nether star automated run. So we'll be able to create nether stars from it. But we will do that next episode. Thank you so much for watching. This is a massively long episode again. I am trying to limit this down, but I love playing this game and I like working things out. So I just think that sometimes it's nice to see what other people do. But I'm going to try and be a bit more organized going forward. But thank you so much for subscribing if you have. If you haven't, then please do so. Yeah, it really does help. And, you know, I'd like to grow this channel a little bit more. So thank you very much. I've been Syntosis. You've been awesome. Laters.